No Film School's coverage of NAB is brought to you by Blackmagic Design, amazing solutions for film, post-production, and television. Big Stock, videos and images for everyone. Color Grading Central, professional color grading with Color Finale. Shutterstock, where ideas take shape.
All right, I'm here with Eric Kessler from Kessler Crane. We're going to talk about some new stuff and then also some old stuff that has new features, right? So this is, if someone doesn't know anything about the CineDrive, what does it allow them to do?
You're talking about the main CineDrive system that this derived from, or the second shooter?
Second shooter is a form of CineDrive.
Yeah, so
right?
CineDrive was our kind of flagship motion control, almost do anything you want with 10 axis, keyframeable, iPad integration, you know, the ultimate motion control. So what we did is to make I guess things a little more affordable for the the general guys that doesn't need all that high level power for doing crazy visual effects work and stuff like that. We came up with second shooter, which is more of a simpler to use, stripped down version of it. Same quality of motor movement and precision as well on a smaller platform, much more lightweight. Everything breaks down, backpackable. So this is more catered to our guys doing like interviews, doing maybe small feature work, motion control time lapse, and that type of thing. So what's different is we just released this late last year, but what we've done since then is added quite a bit of feature to it. Originally it was just a two keyframe, 3-axis system. Now it's a 3 keyframe system that you can now integrate our CineDrive focus motors to, so you can be pulling focus, whether it's doing some crazy time-lapse stuff where you want to rack focus or zoom change, or if you're doing interviews or just any kind of a shot where you want to do that slide and pull a focus or whatever. Trying to do that manually is always almost impossible.
I've tried.
Yeah. So this way a computer's doing it for you. And we also built in the bridge mode, so now you can link 2 controllers together and have 6-axis control. So now you don't have to give up one of your pan, tilt, or slides. You can now have zoom, focus, iris, pan, tilt, slide if you want. And you set up the exact same way. Once you connect 2, you put it in bridge mode. The master controller will control all 6 of these motors into their first, second, and third keyframe, or just 2 keyframes if you'd like. And you just tell it whether you want to do a live motion, looping, stop motion, time lapse, and it'll take care of it from there.
Okay, so compared to the Big Brother CineDrive, this is what is the price difference as a package like this currently configured? I guess.
I mean, well, a 3-axis kit is $1,400 versus about $3,500 on the CineSight line. That's a heavier duty setup, larger form, more intended for your larger format cameras. And
what weight limit is there for this?
This is 10 pounds. As for a CineDrive's 25. So this is, again, great for your time lapser, your wedding guy, your interviewer, your corporate, guy that's doing work in the corporate environment, that type of thing. And it saves a lot of time and money and makes people a lot of money. Yeah, and we now also have our new magnetic batteries. So this just kind of cleaned the system up even more. So you just snap on the battery pack, plug it in, and that battery pack will run this system, 3-axis system, looping like at this speed for about 8 hours and time lapse over 20 hours.
Okay, so now we're talking about the Chaos operating system, which is the software that powers the CineDrive. If there's any issues with it running in the background, it's because at NAB there's a crazy number of wireless signals here, which is also
It's running fine.
Okay.
We're on wired.
Well, if there's any issues with my audio, that's the reason why. So tell us a little bit about what you can do now with this iPad.
Yeah, well, both iPad, Mac, or PC. You got full control over the however many axes up to 10 you like, and you have this nice graphical interface, so it looks much like an editing system. These dots represent keyframes of where you recorded points. You can get in, move those, edit them, create or adjust the Bezier curves. And once you've created the motion that you like, you can either play it back as a live single run, a loop mode for doing interviews like with second shooter. You can also do time lapse, stop motion, a lot of high-end advanced features in here that for the kind of the upper scale guys doing the really elaborate work in the time lapse and visual effects market. We now have our joystick system, so if you want to use this for more of an analog, running on a crane head, or just want to get some analog style motion, you can do that. You also have, if you had focus motors hooked up, we have jog wheels here on the side that just magnetically stick onto the cage. You can run up to 2 of those on there, so you can pull focus or zoom on the fly. Obviously the iPad control, we have our virtual joysticks here. So you'd be able to control up to 2 axes on each of these. We have jog wheels, and you can set up different ratios on those for either focus pulling or just jogging through a motion. We have sliders for pulling focus as well. And another, kind of neat little thing, you put your thumb on these 2 buttons here, and the accelerometer will now control, the system if that's a preferred method of getting, your motors to move around. The other neat feature that we just kind of came out with is, let's see here, you can do, if you notice, you have move 1, 2, 3 or tabs. So before you could only create 1 move at a time. You could save it and bring it back up, but now you can have active, I believe it's up to 7 moves created at the same time, so you can switch between moves. And then also we have this live event mode, which is really nice for like churches or live events, things like that. You could set up positions like wide center stage, tight center stage, or certain key points, and you can use it for acting as well, as long as your actors hit the
like
part.
Directing your own.
Yeah, and as they're going, and you just touch these after we activate it. So here I have, sign, which is actually what we're on right now. Center booth, you can see it'll go to center booth, and you can control the transition time between these motions, and it doesn't just get there as quickly as possible. It actually does a very even pull between these, so it actually looks like a cameraman. And you can set, if you look here through the monitor, it's very smooth. It's going to that position the same way you would expect a cameraman to go to a position. And if you had your zoom and focus motors, it's going to rack focus and zoom and that type of things for you, so there's no mistake. And you can actually bring in moves in here as well. So if you're doing a live event, things aren't really happening, you go to like a generic center stage looping parallax shot, and then all of a sudden give me tight drummer, you hit that button, it's going to go right to that subject or whatever pre-programmed positions that you have, and that's pretty much endless. I mean, you put hundreds of positions in here.
And so if you buy a Cine Drive, the software just comes with it?
Yeah, there's no cost for the software at all. It's all part of the system.
And this is the Shuttle dolly, which is brand new at NAB?
Right, yep. This is our brand new item shipping later in April. Basically what this is a hybrid dolly system, originated with the Shuttle pod. If you see, it's the same exact deck on the upper cart. You can still put a cheese plate and use it the same way you do the standard shuttle pod, but we also put a Mitchell mount. We had a lot of guys saying, I want to put big cameras on your stuff, and it was a little more than the 35-pound rated for this one. So we came up with this system. We took the shuttle pod cart and put our dolly trucks that we were already making from our full-size dolly system and put them together, use a standard 1.25" speed rail, so this can go 12-foot lengths completely unsupported. You can also hang using a riser. You can mount it and hang cameras underneath for undershots. Our standard shuttle pod outrigger feet work, so you can do low ground work with it. We have a motor interface, so you can put a motor. Currently we are using our drag control module, so this is the same drag control that we use on our fixed length sliders. So you're going to get that same super fluid and ultra silent motion. The end blocks here, you can see have mini tapped holes, so you can use that for all kinds of rigging and mounting, or lights or monitors, anything that you would want to mount to it. And
so the beefed up version, what is the weight limit for the camera on top of that?
85 pounds. Yeah, so very, very heavy duty.
And this is shipping now? This is brand new?
This will be shipping probably sometime the end of April or 1st of May.
And how much is?
The base kit's going to start right around $1,100 to $1,200, and what that would be is the cart as you see it, and the end blocks, and then we'd have the motor mount as an accessory, the drag module as an accessory. So it's starting right around the $1,100 to $1,200.
And that's with the stands, but just for this, not that.
Right. Yeah. Just the end blocks here, and that we will sell the rail as well, but you can always buy it's 1.25" aluminum pipe. A lot of guys will choose to carry lots of different lengths and just buy it locally. A lot of your guys and that work in this level of the Mitchell mount, this is standard stuff for them. So they can either use that themselves, or if they want to purchase it from us, we have it as well.
And that's just at KesslerCrane.com?
KesslerCrane.com.
Cool.
Yep, thank you.